You know what doesn't work? When I try talking and am in the wrong focus, so I wasn't able to flip over in time. I'm here. I flipped. Thank you for not flipping me off. Also, thank you, Doc Night Stalker, for just following. And I'm very glad, Warlord Mo25, that you were able to join. Liz is here as well. She's doing the Z and Z show with Zombie in about an hour and a half. So we're going to be raiding into them. That is our raid target tonight. It's going to be Maker Deck because they're doing a show and they're getting prepared for IRF. Now, if you're going to IRF, you got to meet them. And you got to try to get one of the Maker Deck cookies from Liz. And or whatever goodies she's bringing along. I think she said, what is it? Coffee Crunch? Coffee Crisp. That's what it was. Either way, that's where we're raiding tonight. I was in the middle of assembling the Dark Trooper that I printed on Maker Deck today. Right there. It's a silver gold Dark Trooper. And I'm very happy with it. Very, very happy with it. Got all the figures lined up. I haven't, moved them anywhere. MOA. Oh, MOA, for sure, for sure. I know that. I know that handle. Thank you for subscribing to the new tech YouTube channel. I've not uploaded a video in the past couple of days. I meant to schedule something for tomorrow. Didn't get to it, but I'm going to be scheduling something for today, this morning. It didn't happen, but I'm going to try it again tonight. I'm going to try to get something pre-scheduled for tomorrow, potentially even the one that you're going to hear me record live. I do want this week I'm planning on doing the photo shootout between the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra and the iPhone 14 Pro Max. I feel it's warranted. There are pretty big differences, and I don't think there's a clear winner in every way. I mean, some of these, opinions are subjective. There are some things that I certainly absolutely wish that the Samsung did better, and there are many things that I wish the iPhone did better. It's kind of like, well, I wish I had that in the Samsung and this in the iPhone. So, I mean, that's the way I'm kind of looking at it. I started to think, I don't know if a 13 Pro Max versus 14 Pro Max would be warranted, given that I really wasn't impressed with the 13 last year, but I almost do think it's warranted now. So I've got to go through and do duplicate shots between those two, again, if only to illustrate some of the differences, not like shooting tons of them, but just to show, hey, this pulled out more detail in lower light, and that's certainly potentially more dramatic. But I will get to that soon enough. But to do those shootouts or that shootout, I have to take all new pictures all over again, all of them, because otherwise, hey, Andrew Wombat, it's good to see you again. And everybody, too. Hudges Makerspace and Triple Venti. Because when you're doing camera shootouts, camera comparisons, it's easy to confuse, especially if you're talking model to model, right? Model to model. It's very difficult to go, and look at one and say, man, I'm telling you, that bright screen on the iPhone 14 is impressive. That's what I was going to talk about today, actually. Oh, look, on the, you can see the asteroid. Yeah, this is not that's the Earth, right? But look, the asteroid. The asteroid was right there. It was like, no, not exactly right there. Don't know if you heard it, but we crashed a satellite into an asteroid today. NASA. Clearly I am NASA. Not really. But when you're managing photos like that, it's kind of you don't realize just how difficult it is to manage. But see, I've got two nature shots side by side, and I know one of them is the Galaxy, and I know one of them's the Apple, because I can swipe up and get the information. But if I had 3 in a row versus 2 in a row, it's easier to manage just 2 in a row versus 3 in a row. Because I'm like, wait, is that the iPhone 13? I got to copy that over. So I'm going to it's easier for me to reshoot everything and just do shots that way. Yeah, that's for all intents and purposes. And I have debated doing for a video test, just doing doing an iPhone 14 video test vlog. So doing a vlog, but with basically shooting all the video with the iPhone 14, right? Not necessarily doing a comparison, but so I thought about doing that. And I may very well do that. You're printing the SpaceX Starship? Oh, nice, Triple Venti. That would be cool if NASA collaborated with Weather.com, created a live wallpaper of the satellite. Oh, yeah, that would be wild. Hello, Subsector. Hope you're doing well. Sorry to raid and run. Oh, man. Man, even though I had plenty of sleep last night, and again, true to form, I'm getting like 10,000 steps a day now. When I'm able to walk Jedi to the bus stop. When I do, like on the weekdays. On the weekends, it's difficult for me to hit 10,000, typically. But on the weekday, now I can hit 10,000 now that I have that into my daily routine, and it's kind of fun to be able to do that. It's nice to be able to hit that as a goal. Now, if you did not notice, I am running the Bamboo, and if you're wondering what I am printing right now, I'm glad you asked, even if you didn't. This is the Wexter Dark Helmet. I am printing a 100% scale Dark Helmet. I also plan on doing a 50% scale Dark Helmet. Yeah, I was just like, dude, I had to. I'm doing it in all black because, I mean, honestly, yeah, you can push his face up, but it's always going to be down for me, so I'll just do it all black. I'm not going to worry about the filament change and all that stuff. So yes, that's what that is. Hello, Big Jano. You struggle to hit 10 on a weekend? Yeah, 10 is hard. You get it up all night running fever, coughing. Oh, man. Yeah, Jedi and Diana just got over something. In fact, I before today, I was able to, I had enough time to upload the vlog to the old Chris Perillo channel. And, yeah, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, so, sick. That's the title. We are sick of summer. It's only been up for, 19 minutes? What? Yeah, it's going to get lower than normal views. That doesn't surprise me. Let's see if we got any comments. Yeah, seeing you and your family, heartwarming thing. Oh, there's Moe. Happy birthday, Jedi. Keep up the good work, Diana. I'm not really I'm not able to see a lot of the comments that come in because I don't really get the notifications. I'm seeing some of them. Yeah, I'm seeing... See, this is the interesting thing. This is the interesting thing about what I, in uploading the vlog once a week. I don't necessarily get a lot of initial traction, seemingly. And maybe it's the time of day that I upload. I honestly, I think morning is a better time to upload. That's probably what I have to do. Because I uploaded it this afternoon, and that's probably the worst time to upload. Probably. But, it is what it is. It is there. For the people that, when they're browsing the mall, it shows up, theoretically. But, I did it not necessarily for YouTube. I did it specifically for us, so that Jedi's got something, to watch later on in life. It's nice. It was nice to get to capture those moments with my parents too, for sure. Yeah. So yeah, I've been busy, been brainstorming, different things to be able to do here in the coming days and week. I tell you what, the thing that is a stark contrast between going between the Samsung device and the iPhone, the big thing is like just the speed, like whipping things around. Like iOS is so slow transitions by comparison, for sure. It's not as snappy, and I find that app after app after app after navigation, it's just iOS kind of gets in its way. But, I've been using them, side by side to try to get a good idea of which one is going to work out better. So I'll be I'll be doing the iPhone 14 versus the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra video at some point here in the near future as well. So have no worries, never fear. Chris Pirillo is now here. And as of this moment, I've officially hit 1,800 followers on my YouTube channel. 1,800 followers with about 945 public watch hours. 4,000 required to monetize, so it's going to take a while to get to the monetization. But it is what it is. Trying different things, right? And learning what's going to work and what might not work, right? So, oops. I need to do that, don't I? I've got all these shortcuts, all these things that I need to get done.
Monsoon Josh 3D chaired X100 today in Star Wars history in 2002. The first update in a decade of the short version of the Oxford English Dictionary was published. This version included the terms Jedi, the dark side, and the Force.
Sweet. It was a good day then. Yeah, Big Jano, it is a drive. Not what it used to be for sure. Any performance upgrades, or does iOS hinder it? Well, my feeling is right now iOS gets in the way of itself. I mean, I have no other way of explaining it. It's not that I wasn't used to it. It's not that I don't know how to use it. It's just it's mystery meat. It doesn't feel cohesive. It feels like a set of features that were tacked on one on top of the other. That's what it feels like. That's the easiest way to explain it versus something that's a lot more cohesive. Samsung, I feel, does a better job with cohesiveness. At least with One UI 4. I haven't tried One UI 5 yet, but I've heard. I just heard it may be coming down the pike over the next couple of weeks, which is kind of exciting because it's a visual refresh. I don't think it'll be a speed refresh or a speed bump, or at least a bump up. But theoretically, the changes won't be like, oh man, why did they do this? Sometimes companies make changes that are just like, why? Then other times it's like, okay, yeah, I like that change. Feel the Apple Watch has stuff together over the phone, even though they're using similar software. Well, Apple Watch the user experience was built from the ground up, and it knew what it was, and it hasn't really changed all that much, like on the watch, as opposed to iOS or iPad OS really, and it's just, and the Mac is the same, but it's different, right? The Mac has evolved and it has changed, but it hasn't really lost out tremendously in terms of usability and finding what you need and navigating and running and operating. Not much has necessarily changed. Whether or not it ever will, I don't know. But the iPad just feels like, in many ways, still feels like a bigger iPhone. Not in every way. And the iPhone itself just needs to be rethought. The software, not the hardware necessarily. And I know everyone clamors for the hardware, but to me, it's the software that moves it. Hey, Astronac, you did find the party. Thank you for crashing. The party, not my computer. And definitely not my printer. There's new firmware available for the X1 Carbon. If you have not yet updated, that was the first thing I did. I always get excited with firmware updates. I'm the only one, I know. But now I'm able to download and watch time-lapse videos from my... I can grab all the phones because I have the Bamboo Handy app on every one of them. But, oh, what's this? Oh, there we go. And browse videos, the time lapse. I don't have very interesting time lapses, unfortunately, because I've done like 3 series of coins, and the coins go by like boop 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 boop. They're just whipping around. So I am doing a time lapse. There's the time lapse of Adam's little car part. Not a very exciting time lapse because it was just, building up versus, building something like a figurine. What I'm doing now should be a pretty nice time lapse of building the Wexter figurine that I'll be able to tweet out. The dark helmet. What? You went over my helmet? Well, more like around it, sir. So they have a new adapter to connect 4 machines. Yes, they now have. You can do 4 AMSs if you want. I'm still managing with 1, and haven't had a problem with these spools that I've got currently loaded. Not yet. And since I had the black in there, I'm like, okay, I'll just do this one in black. I do want to load the one I've got here, the gold silver that I've got on the desk. I want to do a Vader, but I want to do. I think. Wait, or did I? Hang on. Did I do that one? No, I've not done. I don't think I've done a gold Vader yet. I've done a spray painted gold Vader, but I haven't done a gold silver Vader. So that's the one that I have to do, or I want to do. But I'll do it. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll probably have a different overnight print tonight here on the desk. Hello, Papa Bear. 16 colors would be epic. Yeah, see, that's the thing is that I even when doing the time lapse, I don't want to do a newer time lapse. I'd rather have a traditional because I'm like, well, then you got the purge block. And I'm like, I know it looks cooler because it looks like it's just growing on its own, right? But I don't mind the whole whipping around. I'm doing it in a Polymaker Black, and I still have my Show you how busy today was in doing meetings and taking care of other tasks. My parents are gone now, so I was trying to get things put back together again, kind of like Humpty Dumpty, getting things cleaned up. And I'm not done with facilitating what needs to be facilitated, but it is on its way. Agoraphobic said, new to 3D printing, got a used Ender 3 Pro from a friend, needs some tweaking, it seems. Yeah, for sure. It always, the Enders usually always need tweaking. Usually always. Am I better off working with upgrading it or looking into something like an Anycubic Cobra Go? Depends what kind of person you are, and other people are going to have different opinions. But, you can always use it and tweak the heck out of it, right? And learn how to use it if you're into hardware stuff. In any hang on. Oh, Diana was texting. She said they have Baby Yoda onesies at Costco. That is good to know. Guess Jedi needs them. So, if you're into tweaking and you're into working with hardware and you want to learn, I say stick with the Ender 3 Pro, and you're probably going to be upgrading a few parts. It definitely needs tweaking. You may have run into the same issue with an Anycubic Cobra Go. Mind you, I have no experience with that. Agoraphobic, another thing I would point you to if no one else is interested in jumping in on this conversation, we've got a new tech support section in the Discord server that you may be interested in. Check it out. And, you can ask the same question and get responses, like qualified responses. It's at the top, tech support. And there's also a recommendations channel as well. So we've got a way to do just that, just for you. Hang on just a second. Permissions. That. So if you've not yet done it, pop over to the Discord server and ask away. Oh, yep, we have a bear. We definitely have a bear. Oh, thank you, Liz. Is that the direct to the tech support channel? Thank you. Makes it a heck of a lot easier to, I think, manage the Q&A. And like I said, I've been saying for weeks now, weeks, that the old 3D printing help channel would be getting sunset in exchange for the tech support channel. Tech support is just broad. It's just like, it's not just 3D printing. It's not just making. It's just general tech support. Since a lot of people may have questions that are related to that. Haven't seen a lot of activity on social. I did, though, as I mentioned, I would be accelerating the Trek Nerds tweet, and I did, and I got the executive producer from the Orville. I didn't get him. I told him about it, and he accelerated it. I just like I thought. I'm like, he will. I said I'll get it in front of him. I said I bet you anything he'd accelerate it, and he did. He did accelerate it. So that was awesome to see. It was very awesome to see. Let me open up. Oh, wait, I gotta open up the browser. I closed the browser when I was in MakerDeck, and I needed to pop out because people wanted in, which is a good problem to have. I mean, it's a really good problem to have. Yes, Warlord, indeed. There is plenty of stuff. No, I'm gonna do it. I do it every day. I keep an eye on Twitter too, like, and I usually don't have a chance to get into the show and tell as much during the day versus Twitter. And Twitter I usually have open anyway. So we're gonna take a look at some makes here, starting with Gourmet Crepe. Is that wait? Is that Burning Man? No, that's is that Disneyland? Aaron says, worst color ever? What? That looks great, Aaron. Z and Z. The Z and Z show. If you're interested in doing programming, if you're interested in streaming your voice onto MakerDeck, make a submission. Oh, Busch Gardens. I was at Busch Gardens eons ago, like as a kid. So I was seriously, I was there. I remember the Big Bad Wolf. I remember that roller coaster. For some reason, Busch Gardens. Yeah, that was the right place. So anyway, if you're interested, you're also interested in leading some programming and some audio on MakerDeck. Feel free to submit a request to join in that sense and actually lead a conversation. We're up for it. We're down for it in whatever way. And that's it in show and tell. That is it. I don't think I missed anything. Yeah, because yesterday we ended with Liz's pail, the awesome MakerDeck pail done by K2, and there are flowers within it. Let's go ahead and pop over to the Twitters. Assuming it works. Sometimes when I have like more than one window open, it gets a little odd to manage. Yeah, me too, zombie. So there's another teaser Liz posted. Mad Cat did a good job with he put the googly eyes on his prints, including Albert Einstein. Googly Einstein. Googly Eisenstein. Oh, yeah, MakerDeck. I'm glad we tweeted this. If you wanted to get merch on the MakerDeck store, you can currently get 30% off MakerDeck merch. This is the time to stock up. If you needed to stock up. 30% off. So if you were on the fence about one thing or another, a t-shirt or poster, that came from MakerDeck or Tales from MakerDeck, this is the time. 30% off. This is it. There's Liz wishing everybody a happy Monday. It was a Monday, I'll say that. It was mostly happy in the sense that we are through it. And then yesterday we'll end here. Cyber Pam was happy that you stopped by as she built her little bug. Some people put a bug in your ear. She put a bug on her table. Good makes all around. Amazing makes. Thank you. Now, hang on. We have, not that. Who's this? Gosh, for some reason, I don't get as many weird, like odd Twitter notifications as I used to. I mean, I guess it's not a complaint, but I used to see, you know, a lot more than I have been lately. Like specifically, like if I get a new follower, and it could be just I'm not staring at it 24/7. I'm staring at it enough, right? To get things done. Twitter's usually the app that if I have, you know, 5 free minutes and I want to catch up with what everybody's doing, that's the one I open. I don't open Facebook. I really don't open Instagram, or if I open TikTok, there goes 7 hours. You know, I got to be careful with the TikTok. I got to be very judicious with my TikTok time. Oh, hang on, we got it. That. Thank you, Hutch's Makerspace, for teasing on Twitter. And I don't mean teasing like, ha ha, but I mean like letting other people know. Got your bamboo working, can't seem to figure out how to make 2 time lapse. Okay. So, Fix 'em Dude, I learned this like 2 days ago. It is not intuitive at all. When you're slicing, Fix 'em Dude, go to the other tab. And if you scroll down to the other tab, you know, when you're slicing in Prepare, the Prepare tab, other sub-tab, scroll down, you'll see time-lapse, and you'll see like 3 options, I believe. It doesn't, I mean, with the profile setting, you'd have to tweak it, but like, you have to toggle it to traditional to do it like you're whipping around. That's what you need to do. I know, it is totally not at all intuitive. So hopefully that fixes it for you. That's how I learned how to do it. And then you'll be able, with the latest apps, you'll be able to grab them. Yeah, no problem. Fix 'em, dude. I mean, I don't know everything. Trust me, I don't know everything about the bamboo, but I did learn. I'm like, dude, everyone's doing it. Like, what am I missing? Where is the option? It makes no sense to put that option there. Absolutely none. Because it is a part of the print, but it really isn't. Like, it's more of a part of it's more of a function of the camera. So I would rather them pull that back and throw it into a different place, or just have it in settings, like always time lapse, unless I say not to. Like I would have it somewhere else. You know, having it in the actual slicing, it's a little unintuitive to me. Twitch is whack, can't verify to chat as spitting mute. That is odd. I have changed nothing at all. Brute Moon Vegan. Brute Moon Vegan. Now, because you have a lot of printers now, or you got a few coming your way, don't you? You are a brute, for sure. Poked around the tabs today, didn't see that. No, dude. Fix 'em, dude. They're still finding their... I really like and I've said this before, I like the bamboo interface. I do, a lot. I love the mobile app. Like, it's a really good mobile app, and it's getting better, right? They're on the right track with their slicer. The challenge that I've had is like finding what does this, what does that, until you do it the first time, and you're like, oh, then that's where this is. I've run into some issues before too, where even though the slicer was working fine, other things, I had to toggle other things. So you've got, like, with the specifically like filament changes when you're using the AMS, there's a certain way to do it, certain way not to do it. And I had to remember how to do it again. Yeah, the mobile app is handy. It is very, very handy. Oh, thank you, Spitting Moon.
Just subscribed.
Got a few more jelly beans left. We are now 4 days shy the end of September, and then it's candy corn season. Worse. Oh. Well, I guess candy corns. I got a lot of blackjacks left. So sub points, subs will be jelly beans, and candy corns will be the cheers. That'll be October. Yeah, no. Do traditional, smooth, and I mean you can do smooth. You should do smooth anyway if you're doing a tower, like a purge tower, purge block. You might as well. But if you're not doing a purge block, if it's just a single color, don't do smooth. Or sorry, yeah, don't do smooth. Do traditional, because traditional will like do that, and you won't have to do a purge block. And that the reason they do a purge block is because in a smooth, it looks like the 3D print is just building on its own, and then the hot end is basically, it looks stationary. And so in order to do that, they have to like clean off the filament so that it doesn't goop up, right? Hence the purge block. Do I prefer donations? Yeah, although not a lot of people donate here. It typically hasn't been something that people have done, but yeah, for the most part, donations tend to go more direct to creators. So more creators, appreciate donations. And quite honestly, Twitch is, man, they're changing everything. You donate your attention. I love your bad jokes, Mighty Bean. They're not bad. They're great. No. Can I put up the link? I think it's, hang on. I thought it was on the page. Like bang donate or bang donation. There we go. Bang donate. I have. I have 2 more bags in here, so I have a feeling I'm not going to get to these until October. And we also have a stretch goal for Earth on MakerDeck. That is true, and we're really close. We're like very close. It's a good stretch goal. Oop, what the heck? Oh man, I just got hit with comment spam. Remove. Spam. I hate that. I hate the comment spam. Why? Got enough? I have the 1 bag you sent me so far. I've not picked up any extra candy corn. I will cross that bridge when I get there. Oh, Diet Coke. Yes, the old Justin TV days. It kind of is. You sent 2 bags. No, I only got 1. Oh, there are 2 bags in 1 pack. Oh, I got it. Whoa! Thank you, 3D Printing Brute. All right, well, that's worth a couple of jelly beans, don't you think? Wow. Okay, that's worth 3 jelly beans right there. And thank you for following, Diet Coke. I'm here every night. Right now, what I'm about to do is record a video to be uploaded to a tech YouTube channel, though I haven't uploaded one in the past few days. I've got a nice queue, right? Spreading the love. Oh, we're about 200 away on MakerDeck. Oh. Thank you for the tip. That's a good tip. Speaking of tips, that's what I've been trying to do with my shorts. The YouTube shorts, the TikToks, is trying to make them tippy. Fun, but tippy. But getting into the consistency is going to take a while. Oh no, 3D Printing Brute. I know you by all your handles. Ugh. 1 is barely tolerable, but like 3, that's where it's just like, yikes. Oh, bah. Where's this? That's what I need. Oh, that's where that. Okay. Oops. Hello, Maker Viking. What's going on? How are you? How art thou? Hope you're doing well. I love it when I get notifications for something that I already took care of. Has that ever happened to you? I take care of something 10 minutes ago, and then I get the notification like, great, thank you. I needed that 10 minutes ago. Like with reminders. Sometimes. I've got to figure out, like, hang on, maybe did I? Check out my reminders.
Subs.
Whoa, Ashernak, thank you. Edit my reminders.
What would you like to change?
Okay, so I've got to turn off the dehumidifier because I have it on downstairs. I'm running it. Wow!
Monsoon Josh 3D cheered X100.
2 gifted subs. Thank you. Woo! Only one away from 300. We're close. By the way, I don't know if you caught it. Yeah. There are going to be a new holiday. I know this doesn't... Y'all probably don't care. Oh, I do have some stuff to show. There's going to be new holiday... new holiday... Oh, Diet Coke. Thank you for subscribing with Prime. I'm here every night, by the way, Diet Coke.
Dietgo_1466 just subscribed.
Thank you. Hasbro's releasing, 10 more subs, and I walk barefoot on Lego bricks. I haven't done that in a month. That's how slow September has been. It's been a very casual September. Let's get here. Maker Deck on fire, in a good way, on fire. And I give credit where credit is due. Zombie Hedgehog and Liz have been doing an amazing job there. And I'm glad because for the past couple of weeks. Oh, you hit Maker with a tip? Great. Thank you. Thank you, Subsector, for that cheer. Whoa!
Cheered X100.
Good. Wow. Thank you so much, 3D Printing Brute. We are about 100 away from our stretch goal now on Maker Deck. Thank you. It is, trust me, it will go because I don't know where we're going to hit on budget for the event. Like, basically, we've been able to pay for Liz's flight, her the hotel. I'm not sure about how incidentals are going to be handled yet, but the flight and the hotel are covered, so that's a biggie. And then the car. That's where we are with the stretch goal, trying to help cover the car. So hopefully we'll come out pretty close. If we can get to the point where it's a wash, that's not a revenue generator. It's more like let's get Liz to Earth, so that more people can find out about Maker Deck, right? So like more makers can join Maker Deck, or so that people know that they can watch and they can tune in. And potentially even talk to, would-be partners and sponsors. So, need to sort out the car and the promo. Well, Liz, that's for y'all to sort out. And then let me know kind of what I got to do. That kind of thing. Wow. Thank you. We're at a level 2 hype train. I got a few things to show you while we're doing this hype train. While the hype train is a hypening. Turn on that hype light. Got a couple things I want to show before I forget. First thing, I've got the We Hate the 80s. This is the additional pack this is not new. Well, yeah, it's new. I've got to get the full sets, though. I missed the first 3, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to eBay those. This is what I'm excited about. Liz, did you know these are now going to be available or are kind of available? These are Winter Pops, winter-themed or Christmas-themed Funko Pop vinyl Star Wars. They're going to have 6 of them total. There are 5 there. And there's also There's a Funko.com exclusive, too. I hope I signed up to get the notification on that, because otherwise I'd miss it, and that would make me very sad. And then I got a new comic. All about the comics, still. Can you believe it? Can you believe it or not? There are some of us who still read comics. Fun comics. So those are the things I wanted to show before too long. The limo, a driver, a bottle of champagne. They're all details we need to work out for Liz. Yes, I am sure she's taking it first class. Fotis is definitely looking forward to potential partners for Maker Deck. What? He's looking for potential partners. Okay. No worries, Monsoon Josh. Thank you. I appreciate your support. So do the rest of us. Oops. You'll bring an envelope for Pestilus to help cover incidentals. Oh, are you going? Are you going to Earth? We've got a channel on Discord for people to network there. Hey, Zombie. I am printing Wexter's Dark Helmet. I've been looking forward to this one. Believe it? Haha, you have the Vader comics? Oh, yeah. A Diet Coke. I can't say I have all the Marvels anymore. Marvel kind of took a turn for me, and it's been more difficult to track new comics since I lost my comic store. Kind of sucks. But I save money on pre-ordering, like once a year. I save like 50% on the cover issues, or on the cover, and then I get the digital copies for free. So I'm like, okay, it's relatively affordable. So I'm growing my collection very slowly. Yes, 3D printing brute. That's awesome. That is great. I don't know if I knew that. Whoa, they go higher than the level 5? Level 7? We haven't seen a level 5 in a while. But I'm happy that it happened. I'm happy that it started. Very happy. Sleepy Kitty. Zach had a level 10? Wow. Wow, they uncapped him then. Wow. I don't know, man. Lego Brick Walks at that level, man. I don't know. I don't know. Galaxy Black Polyman. Ooh, yeah, I can't wait. I still have a couple of filaments like that, but yeah, I would absolutely agree. I've got to get my order in. I've got my my tasks. These are the ones that I gotta get. These are the ones I'm like, okay, I gotta get this, I gotta get that, I gotta get the other thing. I gotta try. Alright, so that's gonna continue to print. The one thing I wanted to talk about, however, was the iPhone 13 versus the 14. This is something that I wanted to talk about tonight. Specifically to be going into the tech YouTube channel, because everyone's still doing the iPhone stuff, and all right, well, gotta strike while the iron's hot. Gotta do it. I gotta try to find some level of consistency, and I don't know what that's going to be. And it may be like, a couple of videos a week, and maybe 5 videos a week. I don't know what's going to work, and I'm still experimenting with the new channel, so I don't want to do too many, because otherwise people don't watch. That's the thing. So thank you for bearing with. Did I have any issues from eating McDonald's the other day? I'd be sick for sure. Not really sick, but she definitely ate things that I did not approve of. I'll say that. I did not approve at all, and I'm disappointed, honestly. And I said so much, so gotta be honest. Can't be honest with your kid. Who can you be honest with? All right. So we're gonna talk about the iPhone 13 versus the 14 Pro Max. Right? I've got them. I should probably take them out of their respective cases, but that'll help me figure out which one is which. Otherwise, I'll get confused. Whoa, Digital Dark Knight! I just saw that cheer. Thank you. Liz is going to be starting the show soon on the Maker Deck. Thank you. Digital Dark Knight, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Seriously, it's very kind. It's very helpful. Wait a minute. Did I do that? Liz did that. Liz has access. I know Liz uses TweetDeck. Liz was using TweetDeck. I'm like, did I do that? Liz is using TweetDeck. Ask me how I know. Digital Dark Knight, I love having you here. I use TweetDeck. It needs to be improved dramatically, and hopefully they don't... I'm not looking forward to the new TweetDeck because I think the experience kind of sucks. And I tried it, but I'm like, you can't easily switch back and forth between accounts, and that's like easily. And that's the reason I use TweetDeck. But, you know, I may have no choice. Been trying to order one from local store. All the ones in the area sold out. The color of storage I want. Ooh, TC Jamie. That's tough. Sorry to hear that. It's always hard when like a new device comes out and you can't get the one. This is the one I want. This is the one I need. Samsung, I was ready to go with 256, and then I'm glad I didn't. Samsung had an offer like, you know, get the 512 for the same price as a 256. I'm like, okay, twist my arm. Like, 512 sounds good. So now I've gone 512. And when you go 512, once you go 512, you can't go back to 256. And the interesting thing is, with vlogging, especially the 4K video, I need the extra space. Apparently, I need the extra space. What is TweetDeck? That is a great question. All right, so we're going to talk about the iPhone 13 versus the iPhone 14. You're in the Apple upgrade program too. Try to place pre-orders. Got several error. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, Apple's had so many issues with those pre-orders. So many. I ran into them for sure. Smacked right, bam, right up against the wall. All right, let me try to get this not looking crappy. There we go. That doesn't look crappy. Didn't know TweetDeck existed. Really? Yeah, it still exists. They're allegedly improving it, but I feel they're taking several steps backwards with it. Like right now, TweetDeck allows you to manage all of your accounts in one experience, and they're updating it to allow you to switch between the accounts. I'm like, that's pointless. Do you not understand the reason I like TweetDeck? Why would you do that? You've made it worthless. You've made it useless. That was the beta, and I have not tried the beta since then. I'm like, this is wrong. What you're doing is wrong. It is clearly wrong. Stop. This was wrong. This was the worst upgrade since Dig 2.0. Talk about a great way of killing your product. Make it worse and not understand it. It's a sure, it's a feature mark. Okay, shifting gears. I'm going to try to do this. Is it going? Ooh, I'm glad I didn't do that. Had to buy iPhone outright because of pre-order issues. Usually buy their load program. See, I don't mess with any of that for the same reason. I'm like, yeah, I'll do it on my own. All right, here we go. Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo, and I have both the iPhone 13 Pro Max, which I've had for the past year, and the iPhone 14 Pro Max, which I've had for the past not even week. And I've used both, certainly, or at least long enough to let you know what I think of whether or not it's warranted to upgrade from a 13 Pro Max or even an iPhone 13 to a 14 Pro Max or an iPhone 14 Pro. Because there's definitely a difference between the iPhone 14 and the iPhone 14 Pro series, namely the Dynamic Island. I'll get to that in a second. I've seen a lot of people say, oh, it's a small upgrade, small upgrades, it's not worth it, I'll wait. I don't know if I believe that. And I've, of course, read the marketing material just like you have, and I haven't really watched a lot of videos, but I've definitely got the hands-on experience right here. I've got the cases on, right? The Apple case here and the mouse case on this device, if only so that I can tell them apart in my hands. Because otherwise it's like, wait, which one is which? And you have to wait for the screen to turn off because of the always-on display. That is the first thing I want to tell you. That is a big change between pretty much every previous iPhone and the iPhone 14 Pro, or Pro Max specifically. I'm talking, for the remainder of this video, it's pretty much going to be a Pro Max comparison, but you can, extrapolate from there. Don't dismiss the always-on display. Don't. And I know some people, the battery life. I'm like, yeah, but I've lived with always-on displays for years on Android. And once you have an always-on display, it's kind of hard when you go without. You can't. And I feel Apple did a great job with the always-on display experience, minus maybe a few issues that I've run into, like specifically thinking, oh, the screen was unlocked, but it wasn't, and then I try to tap to wake it up, and it doesn't. It could be that I was tapping it wrong. I don't know. But the always-on display in general is a boon. I love that it has finally arrived on iOS. Don't dismiss it. If you're on an earlier iPhone, certainly the 13 Pro Max, for that feature alone, it's absolutely worth the upgrade. Because once you have it, you can't live without it. It's kind of like ProMotion. Like, once you have it, like with the iPhone 13 Pro Max, once you have it, you can't live without it. You can't go backwards. You can't step backwards into 60 frames per second land. It's not so much fun there as the roller coaster ride of the ProMotion display on the current Pros coming out of the iPhone camp. And in terms of speed, now I know on paper, it's got a different chip and whatnot, and it's fast. Clearly, the benchmark says it's faster. You don't feel it. You really don't. Now maybe you're the type of person who does, but like I'm telling you, like day-to-day operation, and it could very well be that the software really hasn't been. I haven't felt a speed improvement in the software for a number of years, and that does not mean that things don't load a little faster or things don't happen a little quicker at all. But do you notice it? Did I notice it? Absolutely not. Not once. Not once. And more often than not, I gotta wait for an animation to finish. So it doesn't matter how fast the processor is, I still gotta wait for the animation to finish. So speed, don't upgrade for the speed. Don't. That's not warranted. Screen brightness. This surprised me, especially when I was doing, photo tests outside in the bright sun here in Seattle. I've got a video that I'll be working on comparing the photo output of the iPhone 14 Pro Max against the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. I'm debating whether or not to do a camera comparison test between the 13 Pro Max and the 14. But the screen is what jumped out at me, especially in stark contrast to the Samsung screen, which I thought was pretty bright. It gets brighter in bright light, but not as bright, seemingly, to my eyes, as the 14 Pro Max. So the brightness, awesome. You think, oh, not a big deal. No. This is the kind of feature that you don't realize you need until you need it. So the screen brightness is an absolute win in my book, would warrant the upgrade, especially if you leave the house and you live in a part of the world where the sun shines sometimes. I mean, even in Seattle, the sun shines. So jumping to the camera, right? At first, I didn't think it was that big of a difference. And honestly, it doesn't feel like it was a big difference. I was not impressed at all with the iPhone 13 Pro Max camera. And I'm definitely still not impressed with the iPhone 14 Pro Max camera. I would say that, by and large, the iPhone 14 Pro Max camera took sharper shots in lower light than the iPhone 13 Pro Max did. Slightly sharper. That was more impressive to see, for sure. But in some ways, it seems to have taken steps backwards. I would take the same shot, and the iPhone 14 Pro Max would blow out more white areas or bright areas than the iPhone 13 Pro Max did. And that just doesn't make any sense to me, apart from Apple still hasn't tweaked its algorithm. Unfortunately, though, they both suffer from like over-processing, the really kind of crunchy details. Everything's harsh. Everything's very super contrasty or sharpened to the point where it's just a lot of the photos just don't look good if you start to pixel peep or go, deeper than just like a regular shot that you might be looking at on Twitter or any one of your social feeds. So, the camera, for the marginal improvements in low light scenarios, would be worth the upgrade, because that's the shot that you can only take once. Diana just took my family and Jedi to a local farm where they have rides and horses and all that. She was taking pictures, and I couldn't figure out, why are your picture resolution? She's got a pixel. Why is it so low? There was a setting that wasn't toggled in her camera to the highest setting. I don't know how it got toggled, but she was taking like 5 megapixel images. I'm like, this is just like, and they were fine. They were serviceable. And she was getting video for the vlog and everything. But it was like, oh, Diana, you need to toggle this back. she can't do that again. She can't. I mean, she can toggle it, but she can't go back and have that experience again. So you always want as high a quality image as you possibly can. So as far as the difference between these two, yeah, the camera, for those pulling out those details, by and large, the upgrade is warranted. Though, like I said, I felt in some scenarios the iPhone 13 camera did a little better. Future proofing and safety. Yes, it's a version higher, but the safety features, right? The satellite connectivity, the car crash detection. That's, again, something that you don't realize you need, the car crash detection specifically, until you need it. That's a win. It was a win for the Pixel devices, for the people that used the Pixel devices when they rolled that out years ago. And I think it's as big a win for iPhone users. And I think that, again, helps make the upgrade warranted, especially if you're not just eliminating this device or holding on to this device. Sell the device, get top dollar for the device, or try to, right? Don't just throw it to the wayside. That's what I'm doing basically. Is I sell this old one because I'm not gonna use it past this next week, just to always have the latest. I don't want to hold on to hardware. I'm not into that. You might be, but I'm just telling you. That also helped justify the upgrade, because I'm like, okay, well, I'm spending this much money, but I'm getting this much back. And I'm able to do this, but I'm not able to do this. So, in terms of what am I not able to do on the iPhone 13 Pro Max? I guess get annoyed by the notch. That's a win. So I'm going to lead there. The Dynamic Island. I didn't even realize some of the apps. Sorry, I've got an itch on my nose. Someone's thinking about me. You are. Thank you for turning on the notifications and commenting and telling me what you think. I've found that in certain moments, like a call or a gesture, or not Siri though. Siri inexplicably is not tied to the Dynamic Island. That makes no sense at all. Like it's again where Apple's user experience just feels like feature piled on top of feature piled on top of feature, and it's all mystery meat. That's one example. Siri should not be at the bottom of the screen anymore. It should be a part of the Dynamic Island, and maybe they'll roll out an update to have that, or maybe it'll be a tentpole feature of the new version of iOS a year from now. But like I got a call come in. I'm like, whoa, cool. I had something else. What was the app? But music was playing and it popped up there. Oh, I didn't realize the app was already compatible, but it was. So it had that compatibility already, and it kind of surprised me to see that. So I was very happy. Battery life, I would say, is a wash. I'm not a power user as far as iPhone daily driving usage is concerned, but I was able to like leave it out even with the always on display and use it for photos and video and testing and all that. And I woke up the next morning without plugging it in or charging it. It was at like 58%. That's impressive. So if you're going to use the device, charge it. Figure out your cycle. Do you get more battery life? I guess. But to me, the battery life is not. That's not the reason why you would upgrade from a 13 Pro Max to a 14 Pro Max. The eSIM. So I want to talk about this. Apple made a massive mistake. They did not include an eSIM ejector tool in the box. So there is no way you can eject your eSIM at all. That's just know that. Just know that you can't. eSIM for the future, yeah. Today, it's a little. I'm feeling that pinch like we felt with the removal of the headphone jack. Right? You had all these legacy devices, and quite honestly, we still have these legacy devices with the headphone jack. We're never gonna get rid of it entirely. Like it's. I'm not saying it's horrible that the headphone jack disappeared, but it created that many more problems. And I feel the same thing for different reasons is happening or will happen with the eSIM. And that's largely because, the operations are contingent on carriers, third parties, that haven't necessarily done an amazing job from day one with what they're doing now with your accounts. I don't know what you use. I know you use something, but when you got to interact with a human being, that's usually where things fall apart. It's just too new. It's too new, and there's not broad enough support. A year from now, maybe eSIM. So that would actually be a detraction. That would actually be something that would be a pain point enough to have me reconsider upgrading from a 13 Pro Max to a 14 Pro Max. But, once you have it, set up, once you've got it going, it's not a big deal. It's a potential small hurdle to overcome. It's a caveat that I have to bring up. Another thing that it's not really a caveat, but it's always something that I looked forward to with iOS, pre-iOS 7. Before iOS 7, every iPhone that they released, iOS got more fluid. iOS got better. iOS got faster. That stopped happening right around iOS 7. It just didn't feel like we felt those speed bumps as much. We hit speed bumps. So I wanted to say that if you're expecting that the display, or apart from the brightness, right? The display, though, helping with animation or fluidity or jank or judder or the general iOS problems, like I documented in the live video from this weekend on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in for that. I'm hoping to do live videos every weekend doing Q&A with y'all. I showed you the jank that happened on the new iPhone, but it could have happened easily on the old one as well. It's an iOS bug. So don't expect that all your iOS issues are going to disappear. That is not the reason to upgrade. But, as I was writing down this assessment, I realized, yeah, these are small changes, but these are important changes to note that I believe make the upgrade from a 13 Pro Max to a 14 Pro Max warranted. I absolutely think it is worth the upgrade. So now I did that. Thank you for listening. Oh, hey, got a new follower. Thank you. Oh, Ultra Dadbot and Little Naff. Thank you. I haven't tuned into your stuff for so long. How are you? Why did I lose track? I don't know, Ultra Dadbot. Why? I was in the middle of recording a little tech thing for the tech YouTube channel. Use the iPhone 14 Pro camera at Disneyland. Everything was so blurry because of the stabilization. Oof. Guess other people were having... Oh, yeah, I heard about that. I did not use it. I do not use it. But, sorry if I fell off your radar. Or sorry that I did. But the tech channel that I was talking about is over here on YouTube. This video that I just shot, I'm going to process it tonight. I'm going to upload it to the YouTube channel for tomorrow morning, like 8 o'clock Pacific. I think that's probably a good time. I really like the Dynamic Island Face ID, surprisingly. I'm telling you, I really feel that the Dynamic Island is worth the upgrade. I feel. That's my feeling. So I think the upgrade from Chris Pearl to MakerDeck, oh, that is definitely warranted. You definitely want to upgrade sooner rather than later. You do not want to be stuck with Chris Perillo. You need to upgrade to MakerDeck. Upgrade to MakerDeck. Totally, Chris Perillo got old and I'm bloated? I know I'm old, but I'm bloated? Wow. I did have a slice of cake today. Too much jank. Yeah, I do have too much jank. Let me tell you, the older I get, my knees creak. That's body jank. I am janky. Hey, St. Olaf. Long time. Happy to have you back. What's been going on? Ooh, what's this? An Ultra Dadbot. He said something, then I said something, and I don't know where he is. Where'd he go? Where'd Dadbot go? Is he working on his Dadbot? Me too. Oops. Ooh. My Dr. Squatch order is coming. Huzzah! I was wondering when that was happening. I got my Star Wars Collection 2 coming. Yes. The second soap collect. I collect soap. Granted, it is Star Wars soap. Give me credit for that. Chillin', 3D printing, flying drones, making crypto. Oh, nice. Chris Pearl has 60 hertz. I do. Like you would not believe. I hurts all the time. Too many times. Now, speaking of hurts. Oh, the helmet's almost done. I can see the dark helmet. Seeing where we were here. Yeah, it's gonna. I hope it printed okay on the inside too. I put supports in the middle, just in case. Might not need it, but I don't think I'd hit any sagging. Everything seems to be clean. This will be done. My dark helmet will be done in 20 minutes. But it looks like Z and Zed.
Jamie just gifted 1 subs.
Thank you for gifting the sub to Andrew Wombat. Very appreciated. Why? Why does this always happen? Why does this always happen to me? Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Nope. We're gonna raid into Maker Deck tonight because they're doing the show, so this is the time. Thank you everybody for being here. I do appreciate it. So I'm gonna load you over. I'm gonna pass you over to Liz and Zombie Hedgehog. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the cheers. Thank you for the subs. Hope you had a good night, as good as it was for me. Hope you had a good money. Hope you have a better Tuesday. Keep thinking about Dark Helmet because of the helmet. Well, that's exactly it. It's all about the helmet, and it'll be so. I'll have it done tomorrow. I'll have the Dark Helmet done in here tomorrow, and then I get to try the 50%. I may add the Dark Helmet to my 50% prints. It is Spaceballs. Yes, it is Spaceballs. I love you. I appreciate you, but at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices, and may the Force be with you always. We're going to be Tusken raiding into Maker Deck in 3, 2, 1. See you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Oh, use those Tusken Raider emotes. Perla Raid 1. Or sorry, Perla Raid and Maker D1 Raid.